This review has been made possible by Toyota of Naperville. As you know, Toyota has tons of brand new Toyotas available for purchase. But did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to toyotaofnaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 1994 Chevy Impala SS. Up front is a 5.7 liter V8. Down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. If you'd like to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. But let's get back to that 5.7 liter V8. Well, it's an LT1 V8 for you Chevy fans, and honestly, it packs a punch. All right, we're up to operating temperature, 5.7 liter Impala SS. Oh. Oh. Ah. This has grunt. It's not the fastest thing in the world. You're not gonna blow the doors off of a modern car, but it has grunt and it has character, and ooh, if you see someone at a stoplight you don't like, you're gonna take them on. You might lose, sure, but you're gonna take them on and you're gonna feel mad about it. Like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic transmission. It is the 4L60E that we have come to know and love from Chevy. By know and love, I mean, you know, it's an okay transmission. It's kind of a slush box from the 90s from GM. What more can you want? Last but not least, the Impala SS is rear wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a couple actual gauges, and then interestingly enough, I have a digital gauge. So on the left is my oil pressure and my fuel, and on the right is my battery voltage and coolant, and then in the middle I get a digital speedometer. On the steering wheel, I don't actually get any buttons. It's just your typical gray 90s GM steering wheel. On the left, I do have my lights, my parking lights, and some dimmer switches, and then on the door, I have a bunch of different buttons. These buttons really feel 80s to me. They're very tactile, very click, stuff, you know, stuff like that. But I do have my power windows, which I do have automatic windows, interestingly enough. I have mirror adjustments, seat tilt. All of that stuff is found on the door, which is super, super handy. In the center, I do have very, very bare bone, very basic climate controls. Hot or cold, where you want it to go, and how fast you want the fan temperature. I do have a defroster button for the rear defroster, as well as a defroster setting on the knob. Down below the climate controls, I actually get a nice Impala SS badge. Now this is the SS, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but it's a lot more special than the regular Impala. This isn't just an Impala, this is the SS. But down below that, we have an aftermarket radio that has been installed by a previous owner, because all radios from the 90s were absolute garbage. We know this by now. Then I have a really oddly long center console of cup holders, but they're in a row, and I just have this really long, I guess, little thing I could put anything I want. Then I do have a center console, which probably doesn't hold that much, but that's okay. Now the seats are very nice, plush, and comfortable. This is really sort of the last crescendo of very comfortable American cruiser sedans. I'd say the very final word in comfortable cruising sedans from America were the Crown Vics, which went out of production in 2012. But this was sort of a big peak in comfortable, lush American V8 sedans. And so the seats really reflect that. They're very, very comfortable. They feel like a couch. They are leather, and they say SS on them, which I really like, but they're not bad leather. I mean, this car is 25 years old, and it's still comfortable, and the leather still retains its nice quality feel, and I really like that. But speaking of seats, this is a 4-door, so we will do a back seat review. Okay, so we are in the back of the 1994 Chevy Impala SS. Couple things to note back here. First of all, the seats look like they've lost their necks. They look, don't they? I mean, come on, a little bit. Give me that, a little bit. But anyway, really, really comfortable back seat. More comfortable, I would say, than the front seat. I do have a little center console. I have the Impala logo. I have a center console that's just a giant foam brick. Interestingly enough, you have your unlock switches right here, but this is your window switch. Look at how far down. I mean, look. That's how far down you have to go to use the window switches. That is interesting. I think that's the lowest window switch I've ever seen. But I do get a little ashtray, unlock, lock, and a nice big door handle. Overall, really nice back seat, really comfortable. I mean, just look at that. The 90s knew what was up in the terms of comfort. Now, to finish out the interior, it is a lot of gray. It's very 90s GM of them to put gray absolutely everywhere. But that being said, it's all aged very well, except for the door controls. These window switches seem to have aged a little bit different than the rest of the interior, but what can you do? It's 90s plastic. Now we got to get to the looks. This thing looks aggressive. This thing looks mean. I absolutely love it. This is the car you want to roll up in when you're about to break someone's kneecaps. In the 90s, this was the tough car. And that sort of got taken over by the Mercury Marauder, which hopefully I'll film one soon. But this was the tough car of the 90s, the tough American sedan. Yeah, you had your Mustangs, but if you rolled up in a Mustang, another guy might be with him, maybe two. But this, you got 5 guys with baseball bats showing up at your front door. How about that, huh? How about that? Oh, you want to keep talking? Okay, me and my boys are going to hop in the Impala SS. We'll see you real soon. Okay? That's what this car screams to me. And the looks really push that, and the V8 really pushes that. That's the overall feeling of this car, is just, it's a sedan, it's a cruiser, but there's no wishy-washy feelings about this car. Yeah, it's comfortable, sure. You could say that the seats are pillow-like, sure, whatever. Say what you want about that. But the rest of this car, it's mad, it's angry, it's about to bust some kneecaps. This is a no BS car. This car looks at gas prices and goes, yeah, what about it? And I love that. I love it. Honestly, another good name for this car would have been the Intimidator. It really honestly would have been. I just love how aggressive, how mean, how focused this car feels. And yeah, sure, it has lazy horsepower and it has lazy seats, sure, but it doesn't mess around. It really sort of feels like the incarnation of a mob boss. You know, one of the bigger guys, a Godfather sort of figure. Yeah, he's husky and he can't run a 40 as fast as he could have back in the day, but if you think his mindset has slipped at all, you'd be very, very wrong. And honestly, that's what this feels like. You know what this feels like? It feels like a Camaro in retirement. Because it's a lot more comfortable, it's more plush, it's a little bit more laid back, but it hasn't lost that mindset. It's still in the game. It hasn't forgotten a single thing. That's what this feels like. And so I'm so glad I finally got to drive one of these, an Impala SS, one of these cult cars that has a huge following. People love this car, and I understand why. It's really, really comfortable. It's not as slow as you would think, and man, it doesn't take crap from anyone. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the review. Huge thank you to Toyota of Naperville for helping me get this car to review. I wasn't sure when another one of these was going to come into my life. I knew I had to jump on it. I'm so glad I did. This is an interesting car. It has quite the following, and man, it really makes you feel something. So this is for sale on toyotaofnaperville.com. I'll leave a link to this exact car in the description below. If it has sold by the time that this video comes out, I will leave a link for just the website. They have tons and tons of cars. They actually have a couple Corvettes on the lot. If you're looking for a used car, anything at all, definitely check out Toyota of Naperville. Their information is up on the screen. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.
There goes a sight from my soul.